I remember the first time I went on stage. It was about the Pied Piper of Hamelin. You know the story, right? There is a Pied Piper of Hamelin. He's got a magical tune. The village is infested with rats, and they've called this guy. He plays a magical tune. All the mice follow him and fall into a river. That is the story we are trying to say. And naturally, the student who plays the Pied Piper is the teacher's favorite. We didn't get to play that. We were all the mice. We were all the mice behind him. I was one of the mouse. To make it look like a mouse, we were on all the fours. We had put on a black costume. There was a black conical kg cardboard to make it look like a rat's nose. Okay, it had two pinhole for my eyes for us to see, and we are supposed to follow the Pied Piper. The Pied Piper is walking here, all the rats, we are walking behind him. To my bad luck, the cone turned. So my pinholes are on this side. I'm not able to see anything. So the Pied Piper is going right, I'm going left. He's going left, I'm going right. I went to the stage and I fell down. Now forget the mouse going behind the Pied Piper. The Pied Piper, physics teacher, chemistry teacher, everybody is running after the mouse. That was the first time I learned my first lesson in life. Never follow the crowd. Go your own way and others will follow you. Never do things only because others are doing it. That's the surefire to hell. Please, with social media, it becomes more and more important to understand this. Don't do things just because others are doing it. Do things that you feel it is you. This is the first question we ask. When I asked you, who am I? You're trying to ask, who am I? You become closer and closer and closer to your authentic self, and that's the question you must answer. The second question I told you was which? What happened again? They showed the college bit when I went. I was again performing on a stage like this. There was a judge sitting there. She said, will you do this in radio? I said, sure. I went and did on radio. Her friend came there. She said, will you do it on TV? I said, sure. I did the same thing on TV. It came on Deepavali day. All the filmmakers were free. They happened to watch me, and I got 3 films on the same day. And one film led to another, and now she says I've done 140 films. So how did it start? That day on a stage like this. This is how it happens. This is how life happens. Somebody notices you somewhere, they give you an opportunity, and then you do it perfectly. That's the trick. The first opportunity is going to be out of luck. It's called a lucky break. But then the rest of your life is going to be purely by what is called responsible conduct that you can be relied upon. And this is how life builds up, decision after decision. So the second question I told you is which? That or this? When you choose one, and then whatever opportunity you get in that line, be more and more responsible so that more opportunities open for you. And that's the second question you answer. The third question is why? Why, right? That's the third question you ask. See, I keep telling this story everywhere. A man was walking on the footpath. He sees 2 people walking on the other side. One guy is digging a hole in the mud. The second guy is putting the mud and closing it. They walk 10 feet. Again, this guy digs the hole. The second guy closes the hole. This man got wild. He said, what are you guys trying to do? He says, sir, we are 3 people working. One fellow has to dig the hole. The second fellow has to put the mango seed. The third fellow has to close the hole. Today, the second fellow is on leave, but we are doing our work. Does it make sense? If the idea is to grow a mango tree and the person who's to put the seed is absent, you still continue your work? What kind of idiocy is that? That is what happens. When you don't question why you're doing something. Why am I going to school? Why am I going to college? Whatever the question is, what is this education for? Fine, I get a job, then I make a career, then you keep questioning. You ask why and finally realize what exactly you have to do. I told you about the guidepost, right? Which doesn't have a foundation. The why will be the foundation. When you're confused between 2 things, you don't know what to do. If you know why you're doing it, it's going to give you so much of clarity to decide. So you know who you are, you know which way to take, and you know why you're doing it. And the last 2 questions, when and what. This will be the most important thing. I keep telling people that there are only two really genuine resources you have. One is your thoughts. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? So the question is, what are your thoughts? And the second is time. Time. Like the lub-dub of a heart, the entire universe has a single heartbeat, which is tick-tock, tick-tock. How are you spending your time? What are you doing with your time? What are you watching on the mobile? How are you spending your time? That is going to decide what your future is going to be. So these are the 5 questions we have: who, which, when, what, and why. And then the last question, how. How. And the how is, how do I connect better? How do I connect with people better? Because finally, this is not mono acting. Your life is going to be like cinema, which is a collaborative act where so many people have to help you to achieve what you want to do. So you have to connect better. In fact, when I finished 25 years in cinema and I was given an award, the first thing I thought was, I read a beautiful line which said, nature has designed all of us to fly, but the default thing is God has given you only one wing. And the only way to get another wing to fly is to hold somebody else's hand, and their wing becomes yours. That is the way to fly, is to hold somebody else's hand so that they become a part of your journey. And that is what the whole journey is going to be about, all that you guys want to achieve. I thought, since it was a quiz and since I'm meeting bright youngsters, I should tell you the 5 important questions that you need in life. When I was of your age, I still remember I went to a competition like this. We were all very young. We were all in 6th and 7th. The teacher comes and gives each of us a map of India. And then she said, tear it into pieces. We tore it into pieces. Then she said, put it back. It's crazy. You know, when you're young, you don't know where is Kanyakumari, you don't know where is Kashmir. We don't know how to put it. And then she says, idiots, behind every map, I had made a drawing. It was a stick figure of a kid with a face, 2 legs, 2 hands. Can you put that back? That we could do very easily. It's very easy. 1 face, 2 hands, 2 legs. We did it. The figure was perfect. You turn it around and India was perfect. And she said, when you are okay, India will be okay. That's all it's about. Finally, a better India, whatever you're trying to say, is just a better me and a better you. That's all India is about. It's about each one of us. I like the opening line in the tribute that you paid. I've been telling this from a long time. Whoever you are, there is a better person inside you, and you have to drag him or her out. And whatever you're doing, whatever job you're doing, there is a better way to do it, and we have to find that and do it every day. Better it every day. That's what it's all about, and that is the trick for a better India. Let's all try to be a better version of ourselves.